Yo, what up, day and night gang? It's your boy AM coming to you with an AM vlog. And today, what we'll be doing is something very special, something that I've planned out for a long time to do. I actually put a little note on my calendar that I need to do this particular vlog, and so I hope to share it with you right now because it's going to be pretty exciting. So as you know, at the beginning of the year, we did AM's New Year's resolution vlog where I committed myself to 5 specific things. We are going to do a mid-year review. So what that means is that I'm going to go over those 5 things that I committed myself to and see how well I'm going. And I'm going to share it with you because I think accountability is very, very important. And so join me for this ride as we check out all my resolutions. I call this one Water is Life, and so what I wanted to do is to drink only water for all of 2023. So this will help me get, physically in better shape and also keep me hydrated, get my skin nice and, very nice looking and beautiful and all that kind of stuff. So that was my first resolution that I made, was to drink only water. And to kind of give you an update of how it's going, it's not going very, very well. To be honest with you, I really did try really hard at the beginning of the year. I put all my efforts into only drinking water, but then once it hit, what month was it? I can't remember. Maybe it's like I think it's May. But what ended up happening is relapse. I went back to just drinking a bunch of stuff. And so, it's just sodas and sparkling waters, things like that. And energy drinks that I want to cut out because I know that if I just cut that out of my life, physically I'll be in better shape. But that just didn't seem to happen. And now we're at the midway point because we're kind of the beginning of August. We finished 6 months of the year, and it's the perfect time for me to reflect on all of these things. And I just know that I didn't do a very good job. I only was, committed to this for 2 months out of the 6. And so there's 4 months there where I've just been nosedived into the things that I wasn't supposed to do. So I label this an F. And hopefully, I can make improvements before the year is over. I think there's still hope for me. I don't know if I'll be able to kick all of my addictions because soda is very tough to kick out of your life. Because when you're eating food and you don't have a good drink to go with it, it's really bad. Next thing that I wanted to do was be the algorithm, which was make really compelling day and night content. Engage more with the day and night gang, which is all of y'all. And it just kind of make better videos. And so how I feel I did was a C- because I think in the beginning of the year, we really did start producing more quality content, and our vlogs are getting a lot better too, because our vlogs used to be all over the place, and now we're more consistent. As you can see here, we're doing follow-ups to things that we promised at the beginning of the year and doing mid-check-ins. I actually put it on my calendar to do this video, and I've also kept a log of things that we need to be doing throughout the whole year. Unfortunately, why I gave myself a C- was because at the beginning of June, a lot of things started happening in my own personal life. I had a friend who was getting married, and so there was a bachelor party. So I went to go spend time with him, and then with friends. And then when I came back, there was just summer kicked off after that. It was just constant traveling, constant activities, constant doing things. And then for us, as small YouTube content creators, it's hard to have a consistent schedule when you're all your free time is filled up. We don't do this for a living, we just do this as a side project, but we have real-time jobs, AMPM. All of the little time that we have gets filled up with other things. It's hard to kind of prioritize how we do our videos, how do we keep consistent. And so there was a big break where we didn't have any videos, just because our calendar was getting full of a bunch of stuff. People wanted to come visit us, we needed to go visit other people, we wanted to go on vacation, bachelor parties, Concerts was thrown into the mix because it's summertime, right? You want to get out and have some fun, and we also like living life, as you can see on the channel. We're out and about, we're doing a bunch of stuff, and just imagine when the weather's better and then people are out doing stuff. You get invited to do a bunch of things, and so it's just really hard to be consistent. But I just gave myself a C- because their content quality has gotten a lot better. It has improved, and we put in a lot of effort into it. That's just kind of where we land.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
The third thing that I want to commit myself to, I call this creating spaces, which was decluttering our own house, our own apartment, and simplifying our living spaces. I create how we create things and just have really positive vibes in our space. It's just like making a place where you can just express yourself creatively and also personally. Because me and PM, we are married, and so we also have to have a healthy relationship between each other, because it's a partnership. You have to work together, you get to build together, you get to do all that kind of stuff. And if you make those spaces where you're able to kind of have those great vibes and just be on the same page, it's just really easy to kind of do the things that we need to get done. And so I gave ourselves a C because we did start the decluttering process, but we never actually finished the part where we actually take the stuff out of our apartment. We decluttered, we got down to the basic stuff. So hopefully for us, we can work a little bit harder in terms of getting all the stuff we plan to declutter our space to actually do it and get it out of the AMPM studios. So I give myself a C for that, because we had the intention. We did the first part of the work, but we just haven't finished the second part. And it's just, the second part's a little bit hard, because it's what do you do with that stuff? Because some of the stuff has really good value, and I don't know. I just feel weird just throwing it away, because there's still some use in there. And I'm all about what do they call it? Reuse or upcycling? Yeah, reuse. So I'm all about that kind of stuff. And then the fourth thing that we wanted to do was save some money, and then just go on work better with our finances. And so the grade I'm going to give for that is a B+, because we've been doing pretty good about how we are managing our funds. There's always some hiccups there. One of the things that makes it really difficult is that I'm more consistent in all of these things, and PM is not really committed to anything. She just kind of goes with the flow. So basically it's just me telling her we gotta do this, and she's like, okay, and then I have to kind of be on PM to make sure she fulfills her promise. Just kind of who she is as a person. So she just kind of just goes with the flow. And sometimes it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. The good thing is that I have to, if I'm on her, she'll do it. If I'm not on her, then she just kind of wanders off into the void and doesn't know what's going on, and sometimes won't stay on track as I will. And she's just more carefree in that sense. I'm more committed to things I'm saying I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick to those things. And so there's just a difference between AM and PM. And so, but overall, we've done very well in terms of kind of managing our finances. There's still some trouble. Not trouble, I shouldn't say that. There's still some things that we need to kind of work out and improve upon, but overall it's going great. So I gave it a B+, being really generous about it. There's ways that we can kind of always improve. There's ways to make sure that we have a lot of savings. We're financially being responsible and making sure if there's anything that happens that we can able to take care of it, and there's nothing that comes our way that just wipes us out clean. Because the worst thing to do is something unexpected happens, and you need to have the resources to carry that burden. And if you don't have it, it becomes really difficult because it's just not there. And I've been in that situation before, and it's been really terrible. And so I've been working really hard to avoid those types of things, because a lot of problems in people's lives stem from finances. If you don't have the money and you need money, you get put in compromising situations that you don't want to be in. And so I think for the most part we are doing really, really well, and I think overall I feel good about it. So I'm just really excited about that. So let me move me up here into the top corner, and then I'll continue on the last thing. So for the fifth thing that I committed to myself was making cool stuff. And my idea was just to work with friends and just different people to collaborate on different projects together. And at the beginning of the year, I worked we reached out to several people to kind of do this collaboration, and then there was like the good talks about these things happening. And so I gave myself a B minus. We're still in the collaboration process. Some of the projects kind of hit, I don't want to say like a roadblock, but it just kind of like stalled for a bit. I think if we just keep, working at it and keep trying to figure out things, we can get back on track, and maybe some of the cool ideas that we had in mind will come into fruition. But there's some cool projects that we put into play have actually became a realization, and I'm really excited about it. I'm kind of debating on not to share it with you, because it's kind of a surprise, but maybe, okay, I'm talking very vague. I know I'm talking very vague because when you make projects, you don't want to kind of spoil it, because the best part of doing a project is just releasing it and showing it to people. Just same thing with like when you make content. When you make a video, it's a cool video, you don't want to you want to tell everybody, but then you also want everybody to experience it the first time. You don't want to steal their thunder. There's a thing that I watched, I can't remember for what show, but they had this concept is you can't have your mind pre-blown. And what that means is that if you tell too much, then the person that actually is experiencing it, their mind has already been pre-blown, so they can't actually blow. So you've already let out the pressure, and you don't get the wow factor. And so I don't want to pre-blow people's minds, but it's also very hard to not do so, because there's some cool things that are in the works. And so what I'm gonna do is, might as well just show it, because it's a whole thing. But what we end up doing is we did a small project. I'm not going to explain too much about it, but you'll see more about it on the channel coming up. I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse. Alright, so that's it. And so that's pretty much all the grades I give myself for my mid-year review. I don't think I'm doing too well, but there's also time. We have about 6 more months before the year ends, and I can turn some of these grades around, So I think I can, bring that F up to probably a B minus, hopefully, and make those C's B's and those B's A's. Alright, we finished up with AM's mid-year review for his New Year's resolution for 2023. I hope you enjoy what you saw, and every time we come to an end, I always find it kind of funny that how I always think of cartoons of how they end their shows. It's always a continuation, and AM vlogs is basically that. And so the first thing that comes to mind is Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, will Goku finally defeat Vegeta? Will Vegeta finally succumb to his heart and join the DBC fighters? Well, I'm leaving it open-ended to you all, because that's how I kind of feel my life is. It's a Dragon Ball Z episode. And so next time on AMPM's vlog, or AM's vlogs, you'll get more information on what's going on. So you expect to have the end of year review, kind of just going over how I did for 2023. And I think it's going to be exciting, because I'm holding myself accountable to all the goals that I have set. And sometimes it's difficult to do that, because even if you do fail, it's I didn't succeed where I need to go. But other than that, I give you a big fat peace.